Hello, YouTube. Today I will be presenting along with my partners Joe and Kyra on our research into YouTube advertisements and the study of consumer perception of ads. So, a little bit about our client's background and issues. YouTube was founded in 2005 and was purchased in 2006 by Google. It wasn't until 2007, however, that advertisements began to be featured on the platform in the appearance of the pre-roll ad, which is the advertisement at the beginning of the video before it even starts. Advertisements are a result of the Creator Fund, which is the process of paying YouTubers to continue to make content on that platform and being paid to create content. There's various forms of ads now featured, including the pre-roll, as aforementioned, and the mid-roll and end-roll. Mid-roll can play various amount of times in between the beginning and end of the video, and end-roll is after the video is completely finished. Adjustments have been made to the ad system for efficiency's sake over the years, and as many know, YouTube is a very lucrative advertising space because any brand with any product can find its consumer on YouTube. But the problem is consumers don't like ads. They never have, and they most likely never will. However, the new ad format that YouTube has been having since around 2021 has caused some users a bit of a frustration, and that is what we're really diving into today. How much do these ad formats really impact the user experience, and does it make users want to move from this platform to a different one? I am now going to share a video on one YouTuber's perspective and personal opinions on the current YouTube ad format.
To me, it all started in 2018 when YouTube announced that you could now see 2 adverts before a video playing. Double ads were skippable and the world was a great place. That was until 2021 when YouTube decided to inflict mass sadness among us and make them unskippable. Up to 60 seconds of unskippable ads are now a possibility when you watch videos on a TV or console. If you've watched a video on a TV in the past 2 years, you may have seen the phrase fewer ad breaks for this long video. If you haven't seen this yourself, allow me to provide some context. On December 14th, 2023, Google made a blog post of sorts titled "Building a Better Streaming Experience with Fewer Ad Breaks and More." They say that 79% of viewers would prefer video ads to be grouped together, therefore making them less frequent but a longer duration overall. Therefore, they've decided to listen to that 79% and create what I think of as big blocks of ads, as opposed to more frequent singular ones playing, hence the fewer ads message popping up. YouTube really wants you to know that there are indeed fewer ads in the video you are watching. When I first saw this message on my TV, I thought, wow, that's really nice of YouTube to show me ads less frequently. I can't believe it. And 2 years later, I still can't believe it. Because it isn't true. I personally think this is a load of nonsense.
That YouTube video really showed us, and I'm sure many other viewers, a quick glimpse into what really is happening on the YouTube infrastructure. So our research goals and objectives for today are attempting to understand how advertisements on YouTube impact the user experience and just how much ads affect the user on YouTube after the implementation of the new ad system. And now a little quick deep dive into our 18 survey questions, excluding the consent form at the beginning of the survey. Any participants who selected no were immediately jumped to the end and thanked for their participation. So question 1, what is your age group? Question 2, how often do you watch YouTube? Question 3, do you use an ad blocker while watching YouTube? Question 4, are you currently subscribed to YouTube Premium? Question 5, on a scale of 0 to 10, how frustrated do you feel when encountering non-skippable ads? Question 6, how likely are you to watch a video that includes non-skippable ads? Question 7, when watching skippable ads, how often do you choose to skip the ad after the initial 5 seconds? Question 8. In your experience, do non-skippable ads make you more or less likely to stay on YouTube? Question 9. How often do you find YouTube ads relevant to your interests? Question 10. Would you be more likely to watch non-skippable ads if they were tailored to your interests? Question 11. Which type of ads do you find most disruptive? Question 12. How much would your experience improve if ads were shorter? Question 13. How would you rate your satisfaction with YouTube's current ad controls, aka personalization? Question 14. Would you prefer fewer, longer ads, or would you prefer more, shorter ads? Question 15. Do you feel that YouTube provides enough options to control your ad experience? Question 16. If you could adjust ad settings to improve your experience, what features would you like to see? Question 17. If you are not a YouTube Premium subscriber, would you consider subscribing to avoid ads? And lastly, question 18. How likely are you to consider using an ad blocker if non-skippable ads continue? With all of the questions out of the way, we can now get into our survey method and the overview of it all. The survey was conducted online through a link shared on social media, primarily our personal Instagram accounts, and via text. We received feedback from 87 participants. Going into a little bit of the participants' information, relevancy of the survey to the participant was determined through how often they used the platform. That takes us back to question number 2, which was how often do you watch YouTube? Determining how often or rarely they used was very important to our research because if they never watched YouTube, they're immediately skipped to the end. If they rarely watched YouTube, then their data isn't as informative as those who are part of the daily and weekly category. There are 3 age groups in our survey to choose from: 18 to 25, 26 to 31, and 32 to 40. We received 80 participants' response. 46 of the 80 were a part of the 18 to 25 category. That is 57.5%, making it the largest category of respondents that we received. The lowest was 10 participants, with being 12.5%, 32 to 40 category. The survey was a combination of multiple choice and Likert scales with one singular free response question. The survey was 18 questions overall, as previously mentioned, and it evaluated the YouTube user's experience in correlation to the ad structure. Some issues that we encountered was our age range not being broad enough for participants. We received plentiful feedback personally from participants saying that they didn't know which category to choose from because their age was not listed there. So in the future, we will broaden the age range because perhaps we need to expand our personal understanding of who truly uses YouTube. Before, we may have thought it was primarily that 18 to 25 category, but now we're thinking maybe every age group does. Similar to how the TikTok age group is very much wide, that could be also the same on YouTube nowadays. After an evaluation of our survey, our results suggest that questions were successful in determining the YouTube user's experience with the new non-skippable ad rollout. We looked for optimization, customization, and ways to improve the user experience. We determined that it is important for YouTube users to use site quality with or without ads. I will now be passing it along to Joe to dive deeper into our survey findings and what we can take away from this project.
Hi everybody. So in this section we will be discussing survey findings based on our data. First is alignment with user sentiment, and secondly, ad preferences and engagement. Non-skippable ads frustrate YouTube users and could potentially drive disengagement and ad blockers. Our takeaway is that this can impact on engagement and retention. Secondly, users prefer shorter and personalized ads with greater control. Our takeaway on this is that there is a need for ad relevance and user interaction. To understand how we came to that sentiment and conclusion, we must sift through our data. First, we went through our age group and frequency of YouTube use. As you can see on the graph on the right, 65.52% were 18 to 25, while other participants, 26 to 31, were 34.48. Going further along, 60.86 were daily watchers, while 26.13 were weekly watchers. Meanwhile, 13.01 were monthly. The majority are tech-savvy 18 to 31-year-olds, and they are less tolerant of ads. We found that over half of users watch daily, indicating high engagement to ad fatigue opinions. Understanding that our participants were a majority Gen Z or millennials, we then went through ad blockers and YouTube Premium. We found that 82.3% do not use ad blockers, while 16.3% subscribe to YouTube Premium. This indicated that some tolerance for YouTube ads were there. Meanwhile, the 16.3% who were subscribed to YouTube Premium shows reluctance to pay for ad-free experiences. With that said, we found some frustration with non-skippable ads, yet opportunity. 28.20% were detractors frustrated by these non-skippable ads which risk disengagement. Meanwhile, 34.60% were promoters and were more accepting of non-skippable ads. This is possibly due to content preferences. 37.20% were passives and could be open to improving the ad experience. The impact that non-skippable ads on video consumption can have is that we found 61.5% detractors avoid non-skippable ads, confirming their potential to decrease engagement and satisfaction on the platform. Only 12.8% promoters show low tolerance, risking retention and satisfaction. We found that 85.7% of our participants skip ads, which favors shorter ads and disliking longer formats. Meanwhile, 42.9% of the users prefer shorter ads, emphasizing the need for faster and less intrusive ad formats. So we came to the conclusion that current skippable ads are not very engaging. Compared to shorter ads that are only lasting of 5 seconds, we believe that they are more engaging and will have a lasting impact on consumers. We then wanted to discover if ad relevance and personalization will help consumers drive engagement for advertisements. We found that 93.5% find ads irrelevant, which highlights the dissatisfaction with YouTube's current targeting algorithm. Meanwhile, 29.9% prefer personalized ads, which suggests tailored content could improve engagement acceptance. We found that there can be water under the bridge if we implement personalized ad targeting algorithms into the current platform. With that being said, we wanted to find the impact on YouTube experience in ad controls. 92.1% dislike current controls, which highlights the demand for personalized and flexible ad experiences. 71.6% wanted more control options, suggesting a need for improved ad customization. We then made a pros and cons list and figured the pros definitely outweighed the cons, with increased user satisfaction. With knowing ad preferences with our consumers, we then wanted to inject YouTube Premium in the mix. 60.5% prefer balanced ad lengths, suggesting flexible options, yet 67.6% rejected YouTube Premium, but 32.4% seek an ad-free experience. So we came to the conclusion that we have a fork in the road. Will we choose the balanced ad strategy or the premium subscription consideration? With knowing what we know now, we must consider the future intentions and the threat of ad blocker use. 40.5% may use ad blockers, threatening YouTube's revenue and engagement if non-skippable ads continue to increase. As we can see here, it can drive user frustration, annoyance with non-skippable ads, and disruption of the viewing experience, leading to potential revenue loss and ad revenue impact. In conclusion to our data, it is suggested that non-skippable ads may harm user engagement and retention, which then leads to increased ad blocker usage and platform dissatisfaction. We must prioritize personalization, shorter ads, and improved controls. This could help YouTube enhance user satisfaction while balancing monetization and experience for the consumer.
So now that we've gone through the data, we can now use that to gain some crucial insights on what YouTube can do to improve their performance. So our first key insight is going to be about ad frustration. So many users find non-skippable ads distracting and annoying. Non-skippable ads are linked to lower engagement, with users more likely to leave the platform. If this continues, YouTube could have lower engagement rates with clients and see consumers shift to other video applications such as TikTok, which now have longer forms of media, up to 10 minutes. Our next key insight is for a preference for shorter ads. Majority of users in our study found there was a preference for shorter ads and they're more likely to engage with them. Users prefer flexibility and would appreciate the option for customizable ad links. So there's an opportunity for YouTube to make these adjustments and continue to have revenue from the ads without taking away from the user experience. Our next key insight would be a demand for personalization. So users are more likely to engage with ads that are tailored to their interests. There is significant demand for personalized ad experiences to make ads feel more relevant. Our participants want ads that are geared towards them, which makes them more likely to engage with and use the site with more frequency. Our next key insight is for a preference for ad control and satisfaction. Our study found 92.1% of participants are dissatisfied with their current ad control options. Users want more autonomy over ad frequency, length, and type. These numbers are very high, which means this is potentially an issue for a large amount of global YouTube users. This is a real opportunity for YouTube to make a change to make the platform more user-friendly. Using these insights, we can definitely make some changes to the YouTube platform to make it more user-friendly. Our first suggestion would be to make the application more flexible and personalized. So we would offer skippable ads and the option to choose ad lengths, whether it's 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, maybe even 30 or 45 seconds. And then personalized ad lengths tailored to the user preferences, allowing more control over the ad experience. So this will be if you're into gaming or if you're into makeup. These are going to be the type of ads that are going to be tailored to you. Our next suggestion would be using advanced targeting to show ads based on viewing habits, demographics, and interests, and as well as provide user control personalization options for better targeting. So this could be like an easy survey. This can be just looking at the kind of videos that you're seeing or you're choosing to view, and then gearing your ads towards what you're searching, what you have looked for, and what you're going to look for. We do also have some suggestions for the actual formatting of the YouTube website to make it more user-friendly. So the first one would be to create a dashboard for user controls, which would allow customization of ad frequency, type, and length. This could be something as simple as a bar on the bottom, and you can choose your different options. And then we would also would hope the website would provide a skip option for all ads after a certain duration, 5 seconds. So there wouldn't be ads where you would have to wait 30 seconds or have to see a first part of an ad before it goes to a second ad. And then on that second ad, it has a 5-second skip button. Our next recommendation would be to promote YouTube Premium. There is a opportunity here with the current ad setup for YouTube Premium to really be a game changer. So you can offer exclusive content and discounted subscription rates for YouTube Premium, and then also consider having like a low priced ad free tier for specific content types or channels. So that could be something as simple as paying $1.99 per month to have no ads. You would miss out on the exclusive content, but at least you would be skipping ads. So that's one way that YouTube can promote their already existing brands to generate more revenue. Our research showed that there is a significant issue with the ad rollout with YouTube. So we could conclude that the best practice moving forward would be by improving the ad formats, personalizing ads, and providing greater user control and customization. YouTube can enhance both user satisfaction and ad engagement. And so the next steps for this would be to test new ad formats and user controls, and then invest in better ad targeting algorithms, and launch education campaigns to improve user understanding of the ad system. These are things that would not only improve the user experience for YouTube users, but also continue to have that revenue to YouTube from their ads. Not all surveys are perfect. We realized that there were some things that could have been improved in our survey. The first would be optimizing our survey flow. So we would have implemented more skip logic to reduce repetitive questions. There were questions in our survey that seemed very redundant. We would save the demographics for the end just so the survey would flow better. And then we would have more complex questions at the end where our participants have already familiarized themselves with the type of questions that we're asking. So we would have more questions to determine demographic. We only went up to age 40 for age, and we could have went up even higher into 50, 60, 70, and 80-year-old YouTube users. And we could have included gender, location, and income to see if there is a market for YouTube Premium or even just a low-tiered, no-ad version of YouTube. We would not include a free response question. The participants didn't honestly answer the question, and it's also subject to bias. So we would have included a different kind of question to try and get the information we were trying to receive. So at this time, we will be taking questions. If anyone has any questions, please just let us know.